Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me today is T-Money.
We smell what the lion is cooking.
And Chris Petrie.
Too sweet.
Yeah, I don't know where Mikey is. I guess he's doing chores or he's going to bed. I know Xavier is. That sucks. We couldn't catch him in time. Damn. We tried to finish, but we had more work than we expected. Ugh. Anyway, let's go ahead and do... correct me if I'm wrong, the 29th, right? Because I keep thinking it's the 28th. That was on Monday. 29th of June in 2020 of Monday Night Raw, and the following July 1st, the first half of the American Bash 2-part series special. I'm extending it now of NXT. This is crazy. Trying to put all that into perspective. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it through Monday Night Raw.
The double contract starts off with Drew McIntyre and Asuka.
Speak up, my brother. Speak up.
The double contract signing starts off the show with Drew McIntyre and Asuka with Dolph Ziggler and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, straight off the bat, as soon as we hit the show, after we're done with the WWE logo intro, we get straight into we don't even have the opening theme, do we? No, we just straight up see a fight between Asuka and Sasha Banks and Bayley. And Samoa Joe's trying to play playing host. And she's like, break them up, save it for Extreme Rules, what the hell? And then he's just trying to introduce them for this double contract signing. And here comes Dolph Ziggler, and he wants the honor of introducing his opponent, their champion of Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre. So this is pretty trippy. Ain't that right, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah, the Shadow Spider, you in the darkness. Yeah. There you go. I see that lamp.
Like Spawn.
He looks like Spawn. What the heck? You hear that? He gave you a compliment.
Between Spawn and Batman.
Batman. I don't see no pointy ears.
You don't need that. You just hide yourself in the dark, so you won't see. That's what he did in Batman Begins.
All right. So after the introductions and all of that, words would be crossed, especially considering with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. That was where it was most heated between those two.
No, he's like, Chris, like he's in the interrogation room.
So with Dolph Ziggler talking smack, saying that Drew McIntyre wouldn't be champion without him, that he's been here in WWE while he was away, that he gave up, yada, yada, yada. Drew McIntyre straight up told him that at Extreme Rules, the horror show, that's what they're labeling it, the horror show? Really?
We'll find out.
He said that he has so much confidence that he is going to beat Dolph Ziggler, that even he said it. He would allow Dolph Ziggler to name the stipulation of the match. And he's like, whoop.
Oh, I see why. Because it's something like representing ECW. Because, like, if you think about the name, that's how they got their name, the Extreme. That's like their name. That's their
the horror show.
Yeah, that's their pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then Asuka gets some words in, only in Japanese. And then Bayley gets her words in, and saying that together they're going to be Sasha 2 belts, and together they run the company. Run both Monday Night Raw as well as SmackDown, along with the titles that allow them to go from brand to brand. And that's the Women's Tag Team Championship. So, it's straight up brawl. The women go at it again, and the men are like,
no, it's
like, what the hell?
I said this is going to be just a one-time thing. If they don't lose, they can go back to where they was.
I know that. I figured that much. It's just that that's the statement they left. Yeah. They led with. Yeah. Not left. Led with.
You see, the writers, they don't like what they say.
Oh, I'm talking storyline. I'm not talking writers.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dolph Ziggler sees an opportunity while the women are going nuts. He goes in for a super kick, and Drew McIntyre catches it. And you could see the expression on freaking Dolph Ziggler's face, man. Did you see his face? Damn, bro. He freaking shoved him, and he tried to go for a Claymore. He got a dodge. He went under that bottom rope and ran. And the heels are on the run. Asuka and Drew McIntyre hold the ring as champions, telling them to get some. They don't want none.
But you also know that.
Yeah? Who do we got?
But you know the thing wrestlers are jealous of?
Mikey's here. You caught us a good time. We're still. Yeah, you
I had to
do.
put up the groceries. I was a little busy.
Oh, no problem, my brother.
But you know, I was going to say in his interview, he doesn't get a lot of credit in WWE.
No, he does not.
Anybody who every wrestler always talks about who gets credit?
Oh.
The two wrestlers they talk about.
Hey.
Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton.
I would think it'd be Roman Reigns and
No.
Seth Rollins.
No, because
honestly,
no, because the reason why they get credit because those are Vince McMahon's boys.
Yeah, they're the oldies.
Yeah, they don't get wrestlers like them. They don't wrestlers like them to get a lot of credit. The wrestlers from who are not as like legendary status don't get credit.
Well, I'm going by storyline wise, and those two seem to get title opportunity after title opportunity.
Yeah.
They on the hunt.
Those are Vince McMahon's boys. He sees them.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's get Mikey up to speed. We're barely starting the show, and we're already talking about the ending of the conversation between the doubles signing contracts, where Asuka and Sasha Banks were fighting it out, and Dolph Ziggler nearly got his head kicked in after he tried to cheap shot super kick him and failed. Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Yeah. Well, as I just said, when Monday Night Raw got started, it started off with a brawl between Sasha Banks, the Bayley, like as you said, the Golden Robot, and the Empress Asuka. Things just went out of hand. And then, like you said, Dolph came out because he doesn't need an intro. Then Drew McIntyre came out. Ziggler wants a stipulation. He didn't say why. He didn't say anything about stipulation.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler is going to name the stipulation at a later date. Okay, I'm trying to.
Because Drew McIntyre said you can name the stipulation.
Like I said, it was a crazy brawl to start off Monday Night Raw.
For sure.
And then, I mean, once Raw got started, everybody, I'm like, what the hell? Did you see Sasha Banks? What?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Your thoughts on that, Chris?
That shit coming. Huh?
Your thoughts on that? On how that all went down at the beginning of the show?
It was just a brawl. What that started the show. Asuka, Sasha, Bayley brought it out. And including Drew McIntyre gave Dolph Ziggler the opportunity to name the stipulation. That wasn't smart. You don't give your enemy the opportunity to name your stipulation.
He's confident. That's why. Drew McIntyre is confident. Your thoughts?
I think that Drew McIntyre has a worse opponent. I think he should be putting his title line against because I know he wants to do it with Randy Orton on August.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think he should fight someone like say Big Show. I would like to see that feud Big Show and Brock Lesnar. That's gonna probably put that on hold.
Mm-hmm.
But not to take away from Dolph Ziggler, he is a great athlete, but I just don't see. I don't think he can match up with Drew McIntyre.
We'll have to wait and see, honestly.
No, I'm talking about like his height
Yeah, I know.
and what he's built.
With that said, though, let's go ahead and move on to the next part.
He needs to work out. Drew needs to work out some more.
Hey,
Like Drew McIntyre did.
probably good.
Andrade and Angel Garza versus the Viking Raiders.
This will be a number one opportunity to fight to see who would be. Well, actually, no, this is a vendetta. Never mind. It's a vendetta match. To see, considering they got the drop on their buddies, the Street Profits, the defending Raw Tag Team Champions, it feels like a number one contendership all over again. But the Viking Raiders had the opportunity, so this was more of a score to settle match against Andrade and Angel Garza. In which case, thanks to their underhanded tactics and teamwork, despite the fact that they looked like they couldn't even get along, Angel Garza literally almost left the arena saying, "This is your time. Your time. This is your moment." And he comes back and they end up winning the match. Like, what the? Was this a setup? Like, son of a bitch. Was this a setup? Eh. Your thoughts, T-Bone?
Think that the match is okay. I just don't think Andrade and Angel Garza are gonna get along.
Your thoughts, Mikey?
I've been saying this on a number of occasions. Trouble in paradise between Andrade, Angel, and of course their business manager, Zelina Vega. You know there's trouble in paradise.
Yeah.
Plus, I can smell them two breaking up.
Your thoughts, Chris?
What's that, T-Money?
I can smell.
Hold on.
I can smell them two.
T-Money?
Okay, I can smell them two gonna break up soon.
I'm expecting this happen.
Yeah.
All three of them gonna be split. So
Yeah.
when's gonna happen?
We'll have to wait and see. Chris, get your thoughts in.
Go on, Chris.
Well, before that, you forgot to mention Big Show came out and called out Randy Orton.
Thank
for
you.
Andrade, and
Thank you. I did forget. He wanted to address Randy Orton and Andrade and Zelina Vega and Angel Garza were all up in his face with Ric Flair making his appointment to say that, making an appearance to get his 2 cents and how Randy Orton is going to handle him. I'm like, wait, are we actually going to have this at Extreme Rules? The horror show?
Well,
This guy say it like phrase.
if they make a match, we probably will. But I don't know if they're gonna do that.
We'll have to wait and see if they do make a match.
I'm not saying that because that hasn't been scheduled yet.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So, he says good luck because he is a legend. They were saying that Big Show is not a legend and he should go into the old shelter home alongside Edge and Christian. They're like,
Big Show is, I don't know what Ric Flair was thinking. Big Show is a legend. He's been around for...
Ric Flair said it.
Yeah, Ric Flair is crazy because, he known Big Show since the WCW days.
Oh, yeah.
When the Big Show is known as the Giant.
And your thoughts on that, Chris? On how it all went down?
I can't believe what Ric Flair said. Big Show is not a legend. Maybe he need to go back to the old days at WCW.
No. Ric Flair said he was a legend. It's the other three that said he wasn't.
Well, they need to go back in time to
No.
the old WCW because he was.
What they need to do is watch some Day Network. Click on WCW.
I don't blame Big Show for calling out Randy Orton. But like I said, Big Show did what he had to do, and that's take care of those two, Andrade and Angel, just to send a message to the Legend Killer, because I hope Randy was watching. To see the Big Show KO, that little knockout punch.
Yeah, I see your fist.
I'd love to see Randy Orton get KO'd by the Giant.
Yep.
I would want to see Big Show tough sign with Angel Garza or Andrade. I would love to see that.
Next up, we have... Go ahead.
R-Truth versus Akira Tozawa for the 24/7 championship.
I heard that, Mikey. Yep. The 24/7 title is on the line, and apparently, thanks to Byron Saxon, we have
the new Jonathan Coachman.
Yep. We have the confirmation, thanks to him making sure that he won for the 29th time. Our truth is the 24/7, 9/11, goddamn, television, whatever fucking label you want to put on it. Champion. And the ninjas were trying to pin him right there and then. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Run, truth, run.
I said before, run, truth, run. Reminds me of Forrest Gump.
You know, he had a hard. You know, Archie had a hard time trying to beat.
Who?
What's himself? Big Show.
Yeah, I don't think Big Show wants
no,
it.
no, if he ever did.
Yeah.
I'm saying if Big Show ever wanted to go after the 27 title, Archie would have a hard time trying to beat him.
Oh, yeah. But then again, he's going to be hard to actually try and chase his ass. How do you feel about that, Mikey?
That was Arch and run away from Akira's ninjas.
We didn't see the big ninja.
Well, that's just a one-time thing.
Or 2-time, really.
A two-time thing.
What is it, Terrence? You said one time?
That was a two-time thing. I don't know if you're going to see him ever again. That's what they're saying.
The big ninja. Your thoughts, Chris?
The truth. Got his baby back.
I got his baby back. I got my baby.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see what MVP. I'm starting to see what MVP calls him. Our truth. I'm starting to see it.
Next up, we would have words. A message sent by Seth Rollins. But before that, we had MVP and Bobby Lashley chatting it up, talking about what was going to happen with Apollo Crews. And that if he's not going to be with him, then they're just going to take the title from him. Whether it's MVP or Bobby Lashley, it's yet to be seen. So definitely right after that, we see Buddy Murphy talking with Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins comes out and sends his message to Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio is on the big monitor with his son Dominic to answer and get their own opinion, saying that they are willing to forgive, but he will pay for his actions without fail. And they're saying it's going to be at Extreme Rules. I'm like, so what the hell? Who's going to fight? Rey Mysterio in his condition? Who the hell is he going to fight?
It's either he probably will have either Austin Theory or Murphy.
Austin, yeah, that's right. Austin Theory's with him. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. We haven't seen Austin Theory in a while, and not to mention, it's just Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins. So, Aleister Black comes out along with Humberto, and they are defending the name of Rey Mysterio. And Seth Rollins looks at him and says, Humberto, why would you see him as a hero? Why would you see him as an idol? The way you and all your other Spanish people, they treat Rey Mysterio as if he was a god. And then he defends Rey Mysterio and gives his words. And in the end, it's not enough for Seth Rollins because the fact that despite the wholesome truth, Seth Rollins is just looking at him and saying, you know what? We're going to end this right now. So the match is next after that, right? Yep. And he tries to go ahead and at the end of it, yeah, thanks to a curve stomp, Seth Rollins bangs Humberto's head into the ground. And then they try to actually put Humberto's eye while wearing the mask of Rey Mysterio that he took from Rey. But thanks to Aleister Black, that didn't happen. Whew, man, we are getting too many close calls again with what happened with Rey. Dang. Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
While I'm charging my phone, let me tell you that Seth Rollins has gone too far.
Yeah, he's gone too far again.
And then once again, he wanted forgiveness, but Ray probably wants nothing to do with Seth freaking Rollins. And then Seth Rollins wanted to ask Carrillo, why is he defending Vincent? Come on now. You know both Ray and Carrillo ask people.
And your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, go on, Chris.
Seth Rollins is a coward. He don't deserve no forgiveness. What he deserves is an ass kicking. What he deserves are the Extreme Rules.
Mm-hmm. And your thoughts, T-Money?
Well, I like Seth Rollins, but I think he did went too far on that range.
Speak up.
I like Seth Rollins, but I think he did went too far. I just don't like this Seth Rollins.
Next. Right when you typed. Right when you did.
Peyton Royce versus Ruby Riott. I smell it. I know what's happening with Ruby Riott, right?
Mm-hmm. What?
Babyface turn.
With what happened with Liv Morgan, she's nowhere to be seen. So the Iconics go to pick on her, saying she doesn't have a friend in the world. So words are flown between them losing the chance at the title and her having no friends. They end up, she says, one of you can fight me in the match so we can deal with this situation. So of course, Peyton Royce is the one that fights Ruby Riott. And Peyton Royce, thanks to Billy Kay on the outside, they get the win. And what happened at the end? I'm trying to remember. Didn't somebody attack Ruby Riott? Yeah.
Right before the match got started, Ruby Riott was getting warmed up and she gets confronted by Lana. Because you forgot about that. And let me tell you, Lana was trying to convince Ruby to join forces with her and Natalya, and Ruby wants none of it. She wants no part with Natalya and Lana, because remember, Ruby and Natalya had their history in the past. Let's not forget that Ruby Riott broke Natalya's sunglasses made by her late father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah, that's when she was a heel for sure. So now the shoes have been switched. The shoes have been switched.
And just for curiosity, I would be surprised if Liv Morgan returns this coming Monday to see if she's gonna reunite and try to rebuild their friendship between her and Ruby Riott, so the Riott Squad can find a way to get back together. And who knows, maybe challenge Sasha and Bayley for the women's tag team titles.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, they can't use the Riott Squad name anymore because no one wants Sarah Logan. They can only use, say, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan.
I know Sarah was gone, but maybe
Ruby and Liv?
Maybe one.
Yeah, like Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan, that's about it.
Wait. Yeah, it's looking like we're not going to have enough time to do NXT, so we'll just cover Monday Night Raw.
All right.
Yeah. Hold up. Give us a sec. He's going to call his ride. Okay. All right. His ride's already around the corner, so we got to say goodbye. Peace out, bro.
Peace.
Good night.
All right.
Yeah, this thing's charged up, so I can hold it like this.
Yeah, you have a good weekend, man. You too.
Your ride's on its way?
Yeah.
All right.
She's running late, but she will be here.
That's no problem. I'll wait here with you.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do with it.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's seen many more years than you have.
Yeah.
We all seen me more years.
No, he's seen more years than you. At least, you said you were 50?
55. My birthday was this month.
Yeah, so he's seen over 20 years more than you, so he's done more things than you.
I seen over 22 years. 20,
You're 30, man.
yeah, 33.
He's got 20 years over you. Anyway, back to...
He's a legend. I'm just a young legend.
You're having a midnight crisis.
No. No, if I was, I'll turn to the glow on you.
Yeah. I prefer AEW version.
No, probably Dirty Bird.
No. Leaving the podcast. It's T Money.
Or probably TNA version. Black Rank.
Black Rain. I'll take that.
Yeah, baby.
I'll take that version. All right. So we have 4 more matches to cover. The next thing that came up was a
All right,
big.
let me hang up.
Okay, hold up.
Okay.
1 second. Okay, the next thing that happened was the 2-on-1 handicap match between Big Show, Andrade, and Angel Garza. If I remember correctly, Big Show won that match, but then he got jumped from behind from all these. Damn. Did Big Show reign on top, Chris, or no?
Yeah, he did. Because Angel Garza and Selena Vega walked away.
Okay.
Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
See you Tuesday, man.
Big Show got the
Have a good
job
weekend.
done.
You too. Say again?
I said Big Show got the job done.
And your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah. Big Show chokes him on Andrade because the argument of Angel Garza and Andrade said, "This is my time. This is my time," and they just walked. Angel Garza walk away. Angel Garza walk away with Selena.
That's true. I was mentioning that, but I was thinking there was a match right there and then. I guess not. So, Big Show remains on top with... Did Randy Orton show up or not?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No.
So, with no Randy Orton in sight, so Big Show was calling him out for nothing. That's sad. Next thing would be the match between MVP and Apollo Crews, in which case, was it a title shot or not?
No top shot, non-title.
No, title.
In which case, Apollo Crews, if I remember correctly, beat MVP, but then had Bobby Lashley come in and just wrecked him. Or did Bobby Lashley interfere in the match and Apollo Crews won by disqualification? Which was it, Chris?
No, MVP won because of distraction.
That's right. That's right. He got the drop on him. And then Bobby Lashley came in and was throwing him all around until 2 of his buddies that were back there with R-Truth, he's saying he knows what it takes to be a champion. So Cedric Alexander, who's called Cedric the Entertainer, I was like, what? What?
You know Art.
I know. You call him Cedric. Anyway, it would be Ricochet and that comes out to his aid, I guess, during the break. And it would be a match between Bobby Lashley and Ricochet. And Bobby Lashley, I want to point something out. At the end of the match, Bobby Lashley was bleeding real bad. It was all over his chest and his side of his head. I'm thinking, where did he get busted? When did he get busted? And it was most likely when he tried to run Ricochet into the pole and he pushed him into it. He put his head into it. And then he went into the ring and I'm like, okay, where's the cut? Is it around his eye? It looked like it was under his eye or his ear or both. Because I couldn't tell where the blood was coming from. But it was all over his chest. Like, damn. And we saw it. He went and freaking speared him and then full Nelson on him. He was like, Like, I got that on TikTok. That was my first video on TikTok. Go figure. I'm like, what? This is what I come back to. So with that said, MVP and especially Bobby Lashley on a major role. Your thoughts on that, Chris?
Yeah, Bobby Lashley like a monster. Just like 2 monsters.
The Almighty.
Bobby Lashley.
He is the Almighty. Your thoughts, Mikey?
Lashley, I'm telling you, Bobby Lashley, I'm telling you right now, he is one dangerous man.
Yeah.
With that said, the last remaining match out of the 4 that we got from Team Money is the... One second, I'm plugging something in. Yeah, the Mixed Match Tag... Try saying that real 3-5. The Mixed Match Tag Team Match. Yeah, my tongue don't want to work. My mouth don't want to work right. Between Asuka and Drew McIntyre versus Sasha Banks and Dolph Ziggler.
Challenger
Yeah.
match.
In which case, Dolph Ziggler is already being accused because they were talking in the back. And Sasha Banks was like, we remember you from SmackDown. And last time we saw you, you were getting dumped by Mandy and having Otis win her over you. You're like, oh, sick burn. Oh, sick burn. Oh. Well, they were running the division, she said. Which is true, whether you like it or not. Bayley and Sasha Banks are still technically running the SmackDown division. We're waiting for somebody to overthrow them. So, in this match, it would be pretty interesting to see Asuka and Drew McIntyre having to switch each other out one after the other because of the tag-ins. Until at the end of the match, where this happened, Sasha Banks was in Drew McIntyre's face, trying to intimidate him to punch her, and he goes and looks behind him and punches the hell out of Dolph Ziggler, her partner, and says, "Why'd you do that?" Here comes Asuka. She gets her in the freaking the one wing chicken wing chokehold and makes her tap out. Right? No, wait, nope. That's not what happened. The heels won. Asuka, thanks to the distraction from Bayley, from the referee, Sasha Banks was able to roll up on Asuka and pin her while she had her submission hold in. And she was celebrating. Dolph Ziggler, who was just knocked out, came to and was like, "Yeah, we won! Take that, Drew McIntyre! Take that, Asuka!" So, this going into Extreme Rules, this really paints a pretty picture. What if that happens again? We could see the actual thing where Sasha Banks takes the Raw Women's title and the golden role models, as Michael Cole calls them, might just Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Zip.
Huh?
Zip.
Oh, no comment. Chris?
I know her master Bailey is going to help her win those Raw Women's titles.
Actually, I'm going to take that back. I said zip, but let me ask you something.
Unzip. Unzip.
What?
You said zip, now you want to unzip. Unzip it, Mikey.
Hold on.
Never mind, I take that comment back.
Let me take it back. I said zip, but let me take it back. Where the hell is Kyrie Sane? I mean,
She's injured. Thanks to the assault from...
Nia Jax.
Yeah, Nia Jax.
I mean, who's going to help Asuka? Because the last thing you don't want is her losing that title to those two golden bitches.
Oi, Mikey! Right now I'm trying to figure out what am I we know he's the tri-headed boa in the monsters because he's got 3 faces he's always showing. He's either surprised, he's either happy, or he's pissed off. And right now, he's just so pissed off. That third head is freaking venom. Has venom in this head. Woohoo! Yeah. Ice cold, Mikey. Ice cold. So,
as I was saying, the one thing you don't want is Asuka losing her Raw with Shannon to that legit boss Sasha. That's the last thing. The last thing you don't want is the Emperor losing those two golden bitches. Trying to take over the damn company. I just hope Asuka retains against Sasha Banks.
we'll have to wait and see, my brothers. Any other thing you want to say, Chris?
How Drew McIntyre will come back on Dolph Ziggler. How he's going to come back for that loss, that mixed tag.
I'll say this much. Because Drew McIntyre was not pinned, this looks okay for him, even though it was a loss. Dolph Ziggler was happy knowing he got a win over Drew McIntyre, but he wasn't the one that did the job. He wasn't the one that got the win. He was knocked out when it happened. So, you know he's going to hold this over his head. You know he is. With that said, let's go ahead and end this so we can head on, so I can head on home, boys, and y'all can go to sleep. All right?
Let's go.
So, a shout out to our fellow brethren of the Heavens Monsters podcast. We got Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to the YouTubes will be in the descriptions down below, their YouTube channels. And a remaining shout out to T-Money, who just left, Chris Petrie, Renee, Farrell, and Delvin. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the end of our podcast. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Where's that thumb? Yeah, it is. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Yep. Hit that subscribe button, like the content, hit that notification bell for the next Heavens Monsters podcast. Hopefully this weekend. I can't promise it'll be on Saturday, but I will try on Sunday. With that said, thanks guys. Bye.
Bye.
And,